I'd like to welcome everybody back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but it's time for it to come back. And not only is it coming back, but it's coming back with a new name and a new purpose. Well, the new direction I'm going with my YouTube channel is I'm not going to focus nearly as much on some of my travels as I did in the past. In all honesty, what I've done to this point, I really did a YouTube channel of what I wanted to be, not really who I was, so to speak. I really wish I wanted to be a world traveler that traveled all over the world and had fun and went to really cool places. But the reality of it is, me being an ordinary working man, that's a little hard to achieve. Because I don't have a computer-based job. I can't work remotely, and so like I said, that makes traveling traveling enough to make a YouTube channel a little on the difficult side. So not that I won't have any more travel videos. I probably will have some from time to time. Just that's not going to be the main focus. Now the new main focus of my YouTube channel is going to be more or less on everything that I build, not necessarily on a daily basis, but pretty much. Is the one thing I did notice is whenever on my Facebook page, whenever I would post pictures of projects of stuff that I was building, which I mean I will build anything and everything I can, if I can wrap my mind around it, I'll build it. So but everybody really seemed to enjoy all the posts I made of everything that I built. Everything from trucks to, it's a little hard to categorize what I build. It's mainly mechanical, but I don't work with wood very often. But like I said, I build and I create a lot of stuff, and it's just a lot of little stuff, and it's, like I said, it's just very hard to categorize it into one category. So so that's the new direction that I plan to go. Is I plan to build videos, and another thing I'll say is everything that I'm featuring on my YouTube channel, nothing on here is being done for YouTube. As bottom line is, I'm doing it anyways. So the biggest thing is I'm just sharing it with everybody out there to hopefully that people can get some enjoyment. Like I said, because I enjoy it greatly, and actually I was telling a coworker the other day that, you know, sometimes I think all I'm doing is working all these long hours just so I can work out in my shop. So but that's where my passion is. That's what I enjoy. So and once again, so I think that's really what I want to share with everybody. So that's really what it's going to be. I want to give you a little bit of background on myself. I'm actually on my second career, but I'm going to start you back on my first career. My first career, I was a mechanic. I was a mechanic for about 20 years, and when I started the trade, I started in a dealership, worked in independent shops, and eventually I worked around a couple of different places, goofed off. I was in my early 20s, so I mean, I was, I don't want to say less than responsible, but I could have been better. But like I said, that's where I started. I worked that while I went through college. I got an associate's degree in transportation technology, meaning I'm a mechanic. So, but I started after I had a little issues working in the dealerships and independent shops, just with the environment that there was. Like I said, it just didn't really fit for me. I liked mechanic work, but I just didn't like how you had to do it. So, and where I found my niche was actually doing fleet work or fleet repair. I was a maintenance mechanic for a couple different garden centers, nurseries, however you want to put them. So I maintained their loaders, their dump trucks, drove dump truck, blah blah blah. And that was a fun job, and I eventually ended up working for a local municipality where I live. and I started working as a trash truck mechanic, which you can look down on that if you wish, but the reality of it is, what I like to tell anybody: if you want to be a mechanic, garbage trucks are the most used and abused vehicles on the planet. They will make you good. You either have to get good or you have to get out, because they're very complex. That's where I learned to excel with hydraulics. I learned, I got my base on electrical systems, but I spent about 5 years working on trash trucks, and then I moved up, and I moved over, and I ended up working on fire trucks. And when I worked on fire trucks, that's where I got it. I learned other skills. That's where I got very, very good at working with electronics, multiplexing systems, stuff to that effect, because fire trucks are very electronics intensive. So that's where I got that. That's also where I learned how to TIG weld aluminum. Anyways, what I'm going to tell you, I mean, work for the municipality. Some people can look down upon that because they think that people that can't hack it anywhere else go there. But I'll look at it as something different. Yes, it is a much more relaxed pace. It was nice having a steady paycheck. It might have been a small paycheck, but it was steady. But what I was able to do was I was able to take the time to refine my craft. I was able to take the time to learn what I needed to learn to become better. And that's where I really excelled. And that was the other thing with that particular facility. I was able to pick up more skills rather than sitting around and screwing off like a lot of guys would, or smoking cigarettes or whatever. I mean, that's how I learned how to TIG weld aluminum. I went over and found one guy that knew how to do it. It was like, hey, teach me how to do this, or get me started so I can learn. And that's how I learned how to TIG weld aluminum. We had a fully equipped machine shop. Once again, I went to the machinist. It was like, hey, can you start teaching me how to do some of this stuff? So I got the nitty-gritty, down and dirty basics of running lathes and milling machines and things like that. I'm by no means a professional machinist by any means, but I know enough to be dangerous. But that was just how I took having my city job. It was just slow enough pace and relaxed enough pace sometimes that I could use it to build the knowledge to perfect my craft, and that's what I did. And part of what I did at one point, I started my own business, which I ran for about 7 years, and where I fixed fire trucks and ambulances on the side. I was a wrench for hire. If there was a fire truck or ambulance in the area that didn't have a city garage, I was generally the guy working on it. And so I was able to take the knowledge I learned in the city garage and take it out and earn a lot of money on my own. So, as you can tell, I'm very passionate about all this, and I really enjoyed mechanic work. Unfortunately, here comes the twist, I ended up I was forced to make a career change. And so I developed a medical condition that prevents me from doing mechanic work professionally. If anybody really wants to know the whole story on it, just leave some comments, and I will, if there's enough people who want to hear it, I will go ahead and make a video and explain exactly what happened. But just to keep this video kind of short, I'm going to have to leave that for another one. So, like I said, after a 20-year career as a mechanic, I had a medical condition forced me to do a career change. So my career didn't change a whole lot. Well, it changed a lot, but anyways, I went from working on fire trucks to riding on fire trucks. I actually transitioned over to work as a firefighter paramedic. So yes, I ended up going back to school. I got my paramedic card. I got all my fire certs, and I've been working for various fire departments ever since. So that's my current career. But I mean, I do it. I enjoy it. I enjoy the guys I work with. But like I said, I don't have the passion that I had for when I was a mechanic. So that's where it comes to all the work I do out in my shop, and that's probably why I enjoy it so much. Now I'm going to focus more on where my YouTube channel is going. And I've already mentioned I'm just going to follow along with all the stuff I build in my shop, but now we're going to start off the new name for my YouTube channel. I've decided to name it Creating Stuff with Jim. So you may say, well, creating stuff. Well, what do you mean by stuff? Well, I mean just that. Is we can, I'm going to create anything and everything that I build out in my shop. That's going to be one thing where you call stuff. Other thing is, like, there still may be a travel video from time to time. So that stuff may be memories. You might be creating memories. Create knowledge. And with creating knowledge meaning, I would like to share some of the knowledge that I have learned over the years to somebody else. So, and I learn a lot from watching videos on YouTube, like I'm sure a lot of people are doing now. And I think that is an excellent source for information. So, and that's another thing where I will do some tutorial videos from time to time, just once again, so I can pass on the knowledge that I learned. Also pay homage and honor all the people that put all of their knowledge out there for everybody else. So creating knowledge. And last but not least, and I hope, which I'm by no means a perfect person. I'm far from perfect, but another thing I would really like to create, and I guess this is when people want to measure success. Most people look at money. Most people look at popularity, which YouTube, unfortunately, to be successful on YouTube, you generally need a combination of both. But the one thing that I look more than, money or popularity with what I'm trying to do with this YouTube channel is the last thing I'd like to create is I would like to create inspiration for you or anybody who's watching this video, is because the things that I'm doing are very achievable. It's all learnable skills. It's not magical. So if I can inspire a few people to tackle projects they didn't think they could do, or at least to try, that to me, that would be a success for me. Is like I said, whatever that might be. So, and that just really comes to the type of person I am. Is I generally like looking after other people more than myself a lot of days, and although I'm doing all these things for myself, but if I can inspire somebody else, create inspiration for somebody else, to me that would be priceless. That would be worth more than all the money and popularity anybody can have. So, well, I think I'm getting ready to close out this video. I hope whoever's watching this can be excited about some of the content that I've got coming, which is I actually have a fair amount of content already videoed, already edited, ready to go. I've just been having trouble finding the time to make this video to relaunch my YouTube channel. And as you can tell, since I'm driving, I'm actually going to have lunch with a couple friends of mine. I tend to stay very busy, so I had a little hard time sitting down and finding time to actually make this video. So bottom line is, I had time just driving down the road, so I put the GoPro on the dash of the truck and just gonna see how this turns out. Another thing I'll ask you is, when it comes to video and audio quality, please be patient with me. Some of the early videos that I started to shoot, I was using my cell phone and a lapel mic, and I was having trouble getting audio where I was happy with it. So I just broke down and bought a new GoPro, where I finally got the video quality, audio quality that I was happy with. So some of my early videos, some of those might not be the best quality. So please bear with me. Please be patient. Like I said, we're all still learning, and I'm still trying to figure out how to put all this stuff together, because I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm putting all my imperfections out there for everybody to see, but I'm okay with that. So the bottom line is, if somebody can learn from something that I'm doing, no matter what it is, even if it's how not to make a video, I think that's good. I'm good with that. So in wrapping this up, I think it's time to say I hope you're excited as I am of what I've got to share with you in the future. So if you want to see the videos coming up, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you like the videos you watch, please share them with your friends, and please leave some comments on what you like, what you don't like. If you have questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. And so other than that, I will see you. I'll see you when we kick the new journey off. So I will see you guys later.